Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is a new update on the price of Bitcoin. Let's look what happened. I'm afraid that I cannot tell you anything positive, at least very positive. The thing is that we are still in the same kind of a symmetric triangle. Well, at least we were in this triangle. And if you look at the different exchange, for example, this is Coinbase, we were there and then we moved to the downside. This kind of first fake breakout to the downside, then another fake breakout to the upside, and now we are going down again. So instead of that on Bitstamp, we may say that we didn't have a second breakout to the upside, just the first one. And in fact, if you look closer, like a shorter time scale, then you would see how many huge weeks up and down we have. And those are apparently manipulative moves to remove the short-term traders, high leverage traders from the market one way, another way is, and this is just outrageous. So you can see we dropped from $9,400 to almost $9,000, $9,060, and then moved up to $9,500. What kind of TA applicable here? I'm not sure. But another thing which I was going to point out is that if we return to our pitchfork, we are still in the same channel within this pitchfork. However, just a few hours ago we moved to the downside, we broke it downside, but the volume is not that strong. So when we actually did pierce it before, closed before that, but then returned back. So I would consider this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests of this bottom of this channel to be just tests without breaking down. But this kind of already broken, and I don't think that there's anything positive about it. Moreover, every time we are going down, so let's say here you have the higher high, right? At least on a shorter time scale, and then you don't have a second higher high, but you have lower lows. This one and then this one is lower, and instead of going to make another higher high, or at least some high, it seems like we are going to make another low, maybe even lower than that. But since they don't have any reasonable volume under these lows, despite the fact that there are a lot of stop orders being liquidated, I would say that we more likely will go lower and lower until we'll face this volume somewhere around, I don't know, below $9,000 probably, maybe below this $8,900. And then if the volume will be strong, if the pullback will be strong, then we may see the rise return at least to this channel, maybe test this trend line once again. But so far this looks very, very weak. And again, if we return to this triangle, even the positive one still broken down, although it is a symmetrical triangle. It might be broken up or down, it's like 50-50, but right now I don't see much hope on that. Of course, we can draw it like this, and eventually we can test this level of $9,000 once again and go higher, and this will be a descending triangle, and it also could be bullish, like it could be broken to the upside. But me personally, I don't have much of the positive feeling about that. Also, you see the volume is going lower and lower. It's okay while we are seeing the price approaching to some important point when we'll see the strong move, but when it will happen, it's really hard to say. And also that gap on CME is still here. We are still above this gap, $8,600. So everybody are expecting this to happen. It didn't happen like on the next day when the gap was formed, but well, it could happen tomorrow or next week, or like we are still having this chance and this threat of the gap being unfilled yet. And I just want to point out very important thing in my opinion. This is Bitmex Funding and Premium Index. We already referred to this index before, but just to point out once again, every time when we have this index at the positive area, it means that there are more longs than shorts, and the more it pronounced, the more likely that huge players are accumulating their positions on the other side. So like the majority of people, small traders, small investors, are going long here, but huge players are accumulating their short positions, and the price went down after that. Let's say over here the area is negative, so despite that the majority of people are going short, huge players are probably use it for filling their long positions, and you see the price went up. And this area, huge long area with a lot of like price fluctuations, of course, but generally the funding index was positive at all this area, and then after that we see this drop. And recently, once again, so for example over here you see the area is negative. After that we had the rise, and so far very long time we already have this positive values for this index without significant move to the downside. So this is a very strong argument to me that huge players probably accumulating their shorts, and eventually we will see the move to the upside. I mean, it's not the indicator which will tell you like this will happen tomorrow or the next week or something, but it says that generally it's very unlikely that we'll see the move to the new high before going lower. Of course, we may see some fluctuations. We may even have like a local higher high, but it probably wouldn't be some major move to the upside. So I don't want to really sound negative, but I would feel more confident if the price will have a pullback from the major level to the upside. Then it will be more bullish, or if we'll break it and make a lower low but without volume and so on, I would remain neutral or even bearish. So I don't see much of the positiveness in all this price action after the rise. I already told that it's very huge and it should be corrected at some point, while we don't see much of the correction so far. And although of course I would prefer the price to move to 10k, then 100k and so on, but this is the real market. It doesn't happen very often. So let's wait for the new bull run. So far we are in a kind of a semi-accumulation phase. It just means that we need to be patient and play a long-term game. So far guys, that is it for today. I will keep you updated and I hope that it was useful. Thank you for watching.